Winner takes all in the Sheffield Steelers' final game of the Continental Cup third round against Latvian side Kurbads Riga tonight. The Steelers lost their opening game to UNOS Minsk, who are now guaranteed to be one of the two teams to progress to January's final. Of course, they bounced back yesterday against the Danish host Rungsted, winning 5-4 in a shootout. That result left the Steelers on 2 points, while Kurbads currently have 3. After they beat Rungsted on the opening day of the tournament. Quite simply, a win for either tonight would see them join UNOS Minsk and the 2 qualifiers from Group E in the final in January. Renars Volters sends it in, and there's an injury down on the ice. I think Davy Phillips it is that's holding his mouth, whether or not he got a stick or a puck in the face.
Penalty coming in against Latvia.
And it's going to be a hooking minor. Mustakovs, but it is Matheson that plays it again at that almost centering role as he brings the puck up. Riga have it behind the net. The Steelers working on the forecheck to try and win it back here. The Steelers, this will be power play time. They'll be desperate to take advantage of. Dowd sends it towards the net and looking for Marquardt. Oh, and a massive hit there on Levi Nelson. Oh. And that's a nasty one.
It's brawl time here. It's a full line brawl.
Matheson, Marquardt and Valdix all coming in there. We see the hit again coming there from Levi Nelson, and his helmet comes off with such force that he's checked into the boards with. That was a really nasty. Just on the half boards.
That's a vicious one.
And Nelson is down on the ice. Portetta, the physio, is on. And that was number 12, Thomas Blusk.
He has to be ejected for that. He has to be ejected, doesn't he not?
Oh, Matt Marquardt stands in the box.
You know, it's not by invitation. I'll get in the box. Ben O'Connor comes across, gives him a little bit of lip.
Yeah, I think he's got the message loud and clear from Ben O'Connor there, giving him both barrels.
I'm flabbergasted he's in the box and not in the showers.
9:45 remaining in this first period. The Steelers with a gilt-edged opportunity here. O'Connor puts on the brakes at the blue line, the Kurbads blue line. Fretter thinks about the shot, and it's just a stick on it from Kurbads. Working behind the net is Westerling. 1-2 with Armstrong. Now Armstrong gets it back, opts for O'Connor, but the lane's not clear. Here it is for Fretter. Fretter again doesn't let it go. Westerling tries to send it out in front. Westerling back to O'Connor in the slot. Tic-tac-toe out in front, and Armstrong. It opened up for him short side, and he just couldn't get the release. Here is Fretter now with a chance.
It just bounced, didn't it, over Big John's stick?
Schalper does enough to keep it out from the shot of Colton Fretter. Here it is with Armstrong on the blue line. O'Connor lets it go, takes a deflection off Spruce. Again, Steelers peppering the goal here. Fretter walks it in. Another shot from Westerling there is too many bodies in the way in front of the nets at the moment. Westerling skates in from the half boards, trying to just look for any opportunity. Fretter might be the best option at the back. Goal! And Westerling scores! Excellent snipe from Jonas Westerling, the player that got the penalty shot goal yesterday, has found the same corner again tonight, and the Sheffield Steelers with that 5-minute major penalty have made it count. Sheffield 1, Kurbads 0.
One player in return for Kurbads, but Westerling was the creative force on that. The good news here as well, on the 5-minute major, still 3.5 minutes of power play time left. We saw last night Cardiff Devils 5-1 up against the Five Flyers, a 5-minute penalty, 3 power play goals in that spell, turned the game around. Sheffield need to hit again, strike twice. The Riga backup goalie has got his helmet on, his glove on, his blocker on, and he's half leaning over the bench.
He must be sweating.
I wonder if something's happening there.
Marquardt at the same point where Nelson was checked into the boards, battling away. And Riga come away with it, and there's a tired-looking Mark Matheson back to... and Riga have scored short-handed. Mark Matheson was marshalling his man, Gritinskis, and Matheson had the stick across him.
He had the delayed penalty called against him, but at 12:29, Riga have tied it 1-1.
Gatis Gritinskis, just on his knees, managed to just force it home, had rounded Ervins Mustakovs, and we're tied at 1-1. Sheffield 1, Kurbads 1. O'Connor inside to Phillips, back to Wallace. Armstrong out in front, no one in front. Back to Wallace at the point. Shot from O'Connor. and that ends up hitting Matthew Warr out in front. Warr is slow to get back to his feet, and Mustakos at the half boards comes all the way out to play it. Armstrong 1-2 with O'Connor. O'Connor sent forward into the zone. 3 Riga players around him. Sent forward towards the goal of Schalper. And out in front, John Armstrong.
Matthew Warr scores!
And you said it, Dave. Matthew Warr deserved a goal for all his hard work, and the Steelers pile in. Excellent finish there.
God save the King at 13:42, and still 1:11 remains on the power play.
And Schalper it was that was spread eagle. John Armstrong had crashed to the net. Warr came in behind, and a lovely finish there from Matthew Warr, and you can see what it means to him.
Credit
2-0.
John Armstrong as well. Going to the net, he hasn't given up. He's having no puck luck himself, but whilst he shoots and scores, 3 foot out, deadly. 35 seconds left on this power play. Is there a chance to make it 3?
Got 32 seconds remaining on the Tipus.
Get it to the net.
Dowd on the blue line, skates in, and there's a slot. And there's Nelson, just can't get it out of his skates. Back to Matheson, sent in now. Now it's back on the blue line to Dowd. Little flick pass, and it's sent forward. Marquardt can't get it as Schalper is out of his net. Sent forward again, and Nelson has the goal! The Steelers have taken full advantage of this major penalty. Levi Nelson it is that profits at the back door. Fantastic finish from the Canadian.
Levi Nelson, the man who went face first, not head first, face first into the boards to gain the 5-minute power play for the Steelers. They've scored 3 times in that 5-minute spell. A simple tapping.
Schalper had no
Riga
chance.
are shell-shocked.
Completely made that opportunity for Nelson. And that's that chemistry that we've seen so far this season, and last season as well, between Nelson and Dowd and Valdix. And Tipus comes back.
Penalty
Riga
on the
come
Steelers.
forward.
It's going to be against Fitzgerald on a delayed play. Fitzgerald led the charge, got turned over, rushed back, and I think we're going a little slash, is it?
And just as the Schalper netminder.
It's going to be Arson. He missed the slash of Fitzgerald. 4:57 to go in this first period. And we've got a slashing minor against Scotty Arson.
Back to Gilpert. Not the control that the captain would have wanted. Blukas. Now it's wrapped around here. Again, back out to the blue line. The shot's gone all the way through, and it's number 22 that scored for Riga. Martin Gilpers, the former Cardiff Devil. Sheffield 1, Kurbads 2 with 3:38 to play in the first.
Something the two coaches didn't like about that, but I think the Steelers' positioning, they've both, Jerry Anderson and Paul Thompson, gone up in arms about it. 42 seconds left on the arson penalty. And they make it 3-2. What a first period. What a first period.
And Gipters, the lane just seemed to open up for him. Kretinsky has it back. Cross ice pass. Riga waiting for it to open up. Shot now comes in off the backboards, and Mustakos ends up upending one of the Riga players.
Oh, hit to the head.
And a big hit
There's
there.
another one there, and
Westerling comes in.
And then the Latvian grabs Westerling. Phillips is involved. Hits. Hack and whack there.
Fitzgerald was hit hard into the boards there.
Fitzgerald's been absolutely pounded.
And it was the number 7, Yanis Strupp.
And you have to credit Westerling, who went straight after the big Latvian.
And I tell you what, he's probably the smallest and shortest player on the ice, Jonas Westerling. 5'7", 161 pounds, and he absolutely floored him. Penalty box is closed. And it looks
it's
like
going to be an even up, so it's going to be 2 and then 2.
Warr has it, but he's in his defensive zone. Skates forward, and the outlet is Tim Wallace down the right wing. Drop pass, Matthew Warr takes it off him. Warr skates in, and he scores!
On a delayed, goal wiped off. A high stick against Wallace has been called. Steelers are going to the penalty box. And if there's blood, it'll be 4 minutes. It's only 2 minutes.
And Tim Wallace is absolutely livid. As we see here, Matthew Warr skates in, puts the little deke in, and goes top left-hand corner, but it's wiped off.
Oh.
But that's what's been called.
So we'll play 4-on-4 for 18 seconds. before Riga go on the power play. Why just failed there to get it deep, and he got turned over. Ben O'Connor, also Fretta, outstanding work.
Fretta with the deke, puts the move on. O'Connor just delays on the release, and Fretta with a chance on the doorstep. And if Armstrong can let it go, O'Connor with the shot, and it's wide.
What an opportunity, once and twice.
Colton Fretta, just the man you would have wanted to be on the doorstep at that point. The initial chance had come in. Sharper had made the save, and it was just sitting there in the crease, in the little blue portion.
But how many times, Pete, in this game, if things don't go our way, will we look back and go, well, that chance, that chance, that chance. How many men? How many men?
There's a player jumped over the dasher for Kurbads. Looked to be 6 on the ice, not seen by the officials. Kurbads come away with it, and they have an opportunity on the far hand side, skating in. Loses his stick in the process, the defenseman, and a double save there from Mustakovs. And there's some afters going off.
No swinging. Oh, now there's a penalty against
DeVoe.
What is DeVoe doing? He ran his man into the board, then he's taken a swing at him. Oh, yeah.
And that was plain as day to see. And you just got to play the situation there, haven't you? You're in a 3-2 game with 9:16 left to go. And actually there's some fluids leaking from the face. I don't think it's blood, but... And in fact, DeVoe, trying to get off the ice, ends up colliding with the referee. He's doubled over at the moment. And DeVoe is currently getting some medical attention just above the right eye.
So Dowd comes and takes the penalty. He sits down.
A few more seconds off the clock. 41 seconds now. Sheffield 3, Kurbads 2 in the Continental Cup. Kurbads gain the zone. Kwiatinski's back to the blue line. Sent forward. And it's onto the stick of Mark Matheson rather. Sends it forward towards the Steelers net. 25 seconds remaining. Sheffield Steelers 3-2 up. 21 seconds. Kurbads look up the ice. It's on the Sheffield Steelers blue line. Sent forward towards Mustakov's net. Matheson is the player in. Matheson clears the puck. 12 seconds remaining now. The Sheffield Steelers leading by 3 goals to do. Ben O'Connor has it. Benny, get it up the ice. He goes to the empty netter and he's got it with 4 seconds left to play. The Sheffield Steelers get the empty net goal. They will be going to the Continental Cup final. Ben O'Connor with the empty net goal from his own zone, from his own face-off circle.
On the half volley.
Steelers 4, Kurbads 2. 4 seconds to play.
Nothing less than what the Sheffield Steelers deserve. From minute 1, they have battled and grafted and put their bodies on the line. What a reward. Who'd have thought this after Friday night?
And it smiles all round. Look at Ben O'Connor just exchanging a few words with the official. And Ben is all smiles and grins.
He took that on the half volley, didn't he? Took a swipe at it like he was taking a 7-iron out.
Fantastic. From the face-off circle, that will be time. And the Sheffield Steelers are into the Continental Grand Final. Celebrations all round. And Irvins Mustakovs, what a game he's had as the players congregate around him.
Absolutely. I think he should award his cap to himself tonight. How does that feel?
That feels nice. I mean, obviously that first game you started to doubt, but with the tough travel day and the whole setup we had, it wasn't ideal. But just shows you what a couple of good nights sleep and some good food does to you.
We certainly punished their 5-minute major. That hit on Levi was a nasty one, and we punished it in the best way, scoring 3 times.
Yeah, I mean, you don't like to see that because he could have genuinely been very, very hurt there. But it worked out great because we got a good few goals past them and got them guessing.
Yeah. Second period, scoreless, but we were outstanding, weren't we? Solid defensively and creating chances as well.
Yeah, I think we dominated the second. I think we were unlucky not to score. We had a couple of great days, but we dominated that second spell, and I thought it was all us.
What was it like in the third period? Because they were coming hard at the end.
You expect that at the end of the game. They're going to be coming hard, but all we got to do is lock it up at the back, keep it nice and simple, and just chip it out and just hope they burn out, which they did.
And then Benny on the half volley from 150 feet.
Yeah, he's not going to pass up a shot like that to float that one in there, and he did it nice.
We take them back now to the final. It could be in Sheffield. We hope it's in Sheffield. Have we got enough to turn that Minx team over?
Yeah, I think it'll be a different game next time we play them. I mean, they're a very, very good side. You can't take anything away from them. I think they beat Froland last year in the Champions League, so they're no slobs. But yeah, fingers crossed we go back to the drawing board and we come back and we go again.
Just finally, what was it like when just that inner circle of groups, those 22 of you got into that dressing room after the game? What's it like, those few moments afterwards?
It's nice. It's a strange feeling. It's a mix of relief with excitement and joy. So it's nice. We'll go and celebrate tonight. That's for sure.
Congratulations, Paul. What a way to do it.
Yeah, what a game, what a game. Just got to start with the fans. Whew. Felt like a home game. Felt like there was 7,000, 8,000 in the arena. And, we said at the start on Friday it was a journey. And, having the experience of a lot of these competitions and a lot of our players, especially our national team players, you can't get too low. And on Friday, we know we didn't play to our potential in certain areas, but I think the scoreline didn't reflect the overall game. So we had to totally get back in focus and not just, look at what happened on that day. We knew we had to win the next two games to give ourselves that chance. And yesterday was a 3-0 down and coming back and winning in penalty shots. And today, David, I thought, we went 3-1 up, it went 3-2, and we kept that lead for 2 periods. I thought defensively was solid. I thought Moose was outstanding, made the big saves when he had to. We had some good looks to maybe get ahead, but it didn't happen. And Benny ends up scoring that great empty netter that took the pressure off for the last few seconds.
Were there times where you thought, oh my God, we should be more ahead and it's going to come back and haunt us, because the chances were falling, weren't they?
Yeah, we had some, especially in the second period. Valley had a really good chance there, didn't he, on the power play, and Wally had a good chance. But we don't care how we win it. This was a tough. This is the toughest Continental Cup group I've ever been involved with, and this was my 5th. So there's some seriously good hockey clubs here. Minsk are as good as anyone we've ever played in Champions League. I'll tell you that right now. And we're going to be in the final with them. So hopefully we can show them a little bit about what we're about. And hopefully that's in Sheffield. We'd love to have it there. But Riga are a hell of a team. So are Rungstedt. So to get through this group, it's no easy task. And I'm proud of the guys. And like I said, and the fans who were just phenomenal behind us the whole way.
Different players came to the party as well, didn't they? Westerling outstanding, Marquardt outstanding, but Matheson, wow.
Yeah, there's so many. Dowdy, Levi, and Valley were just our energy and getting us going. I thought Dowdy and Levi outstanding and marshalled by Valley, and I thought Westerling really showed us for the first time. After his injury, he was playing well before the injury. I thought he was unbelievable. Mags should get a lot of credit for that. Wazi battled through 3 days of probably 4 hours of intense video. I thought our back end was superb. I thought Davy Phillips, Romberg just did their job. Fitzy did their job. Ben does what Ben does. I don't want to single anybody out, but...
Well, single this guy out, Romberg, because he didn't have to even be here, did he?
No, he didn't.
What a way to come back.
We met him in the airport, big smile on his face, and... he's going to be a big miss for us, and you got to give the guys so much respect for coming back, and knowing that he left, he didn't want to leave, but circumstances are that he did, and he didn't want to drop us in it. And without him this weekend, we don't progress.
John, another great Steelers night. It's a tremendous achievement.
Yeah, massive, and that's what we come here to do. We come here to get through to that next round and have a chance to win the Continental Cup. There's something we wanted to do, and prove ourselves on a stage like this. And after a kind of poor game on Friday, I think the character in the boys right the way throughout the weekend was massive. And as a group, we always expect the best from each other, and that's what we did.
Talk us through, not so much the first period. Dowdy's talked us through about those power play goals, but then when we had to defend and when we had to be solid, we were super solid, weren't we?
We were, and we were robotic. Like it was, our shifts were short. We were on and off. We were getting into positions. We were skating to get open to make, just to be an out for our defense when we managed to turn pucks over, and then when we were going down the ice, we got pucks deep and used our speed and our size down low. So it was we played perfect.
When the DeVoe penalty happened, and then when Levi took his and the goalie comes off, the 6-on-4, the pressure was intense. What's it like in those situations when you're out on the ice?
I think we felt confident. We were. I think we've killed actually quite well. We've let in some power play goals, but some of the bounces we've had, haven't been the best. And but we were confident going in. We know we've killed well all season, and tonight was no different. It was. I think we were cool, calm, and collected.
And just talk to me about the 250, 300 fans that made the trip out here. They made it like a home venue, didn't they?
Oh, they did. It was fantastic. Even Friday when, as soon as we stepped on for warm up, they started cheering, and then, after a poor performance, they just kept pushing us. So it gave us that extra kind of drive to do something for them. All the money they paid out, and we can't thank them enough.
How good would it be if that Continental Cup final was in our own barn, and what an event we could make that?
Yeah, it'd be great. It'd be something that I think a few of the boys said we'd like to play the Riga team on our home ice and give it a kind of proper game, and it'd be great. That's something we'd love to happen.